Hello and welcome to www.luxurytolast.com. Today we're talking cool watches, and we've got a bit of a dilemma here. We're trying to work out what is the coolest watch I own. Now I've got two super cool contenders. We've got a Patek Philippe Calatrava in white gold, reference 5107, and we've also got a Jaeger-LeCoultre Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date. Now both these pieces here are grand versions. The Patek Calatrava is 37 mils across, and for a Patek that's quite a big size. The traditional Calatrava in the 3919 was 33 mils, so a 37 mil Calatrava is a big sucker for Patek. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso is a very nice complication watch to own there. It's got the beautiful power reserve, and it's also got a 2-disc date system, and it's just got that Jaeger-LeCoultre charm to it. Which is the cooler? So let's have a quick comparison between these two super cool watches. So firstly, with the Patek 5107, now as the watch snob himself says, it's cooler to have a watch which is no longer in current production. And I'd have to agree with the watch snob. There's nothing cooler than having a watch where some other fuckwit with money can't just go and buy it, because it's not available. The 5107 has been replaced by the 5127, and in my opinion, I prefer the 5107. Now I prefer the 5107 for a number of reasons. Firstly, I prefer the 5107 because it has the what I consider to be the better movement, in the sense that it's got a 315 movement, whereas the replacement to the 315 movement is the 324 movement. The other thing that I find really appealing about the 5107 is the fact that it is one of the last Geneva Seal watches, because what has happened is Patek has gone away from the Geneva Seal and they've gone to the Patek Philippe Seal, and in my opinion I think the Geneva Seal is better. That's my opinion, that's Archie's opinion. The Patek Philippe Seal is certainly fantastic and it's wonderful, but in my opinion the independence of an independent house adjudicating is more important. So I would say the 5107 has a very special place. The 5107 is also in my particular watch, it's in white gold, which I think is one of the most luxurious of metals besides platinum. I love the white dial on the white gold 5107. If you had the platinum version, it would have a black dial, which I must admit is super cool too. Cannot criticize the truth. The thing I love about the Patek itself there is just the classic design, and the Patek Calatrava was released in the 30s, very similar because the Reverso was released in 1931. It follows the Patek follows the Bauhaus design movement, and it's got that simple classicism design to it, and I don't think you can go wrong with the Patek Philippe. It's white gold, it's luxury, it's grand, tally dimensions. It's got a crown guard. It's just a gorgeous piece. It's got a display back. It's got a date. It's just got elegance. It's someone said to me, it's like classic charm brought up to modern standards. And the dimensions of this watch are certainly modern. And I must say, one of my all-time favourite Pateks has been the World Time in white gold. And this case on the 5107 is very similar to the World Time. I think it's just a classy Patek to own. Now, how does that compare to the Reverso? Well, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso, well, the Patek is an automatic. The Jaeger-LeCoultre is a manual wind, just like the traditional Reverso was. The traditional Calatrava was also manual wind, but I think the 5107 lends itself to an automatic movement with the 22 carat gold rotor spinning around the back, I think you could be forgiven for wanting the automatic version over the manual wind. With the Reverso, I've gone for tradition. The manual wind movement is one of the nicest movements available, but this is no manual wind movement that I've chosen for the Reverso. No, no, no. It's an 8-day power reserve, double barrel spring. Very complicated thing to make in a wristwatch. So the Reverso's got its own charm there. The Reverso itself has many, many beautiful features. It's also in a white metal. However, the Reverso is in steel, so it's not a precious gold like the Patek is, but the steel is what I really want in a Reverso. The Reverso itself there has the power reserve, it's got the sub-seconds diagonally across, and it's got the two-wheel date system, which, in my opinion, I think is one of the finest ways to tell you the date. The Reverso itself's got that classic. It flips and it shows you the movement itself there, which is a very attractive movement. The Reverso, grand Torley dimensions as well, very grand dimensions of it. The Reverso is also cool because the Reverso grand date is no longer available either. As the watch snob says, any idiot can go to Torno or a watch dealer and pay retail, but it takes a lot of skill and charm to pick up the true treasures in watches. And I think both the Patek and the Reverso are absolute stunners. And I'm a huge Jaeger-LeCoultre fan. Jaeger-LeCoultre has made movements for Vacheron, for Audemars Piguet. It's just such a dynamic brand. Never forget the Queen wore a Jaeger-LeCoultre when she was coronated. Yes, she was given a Vacheron Constantin by the Swiss government, but she wore a Jaeger-LeCoultre. And the question is, which of these two watches is the coolest? Which one is the ultimate piece of cool? And money is no object here, because the retail price of these watches, well, the Patek Calatrava is about just under the 30,000, high 20s. Its retail replacement, and the Jaeger-LeCoultre is about 15,000. But money doesn't say which one is cooler. Cooler is something that is an other element. So I'd like you viewers, please tell me, which of these two super cool watches is the coolest? The Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date, or the Patek Philippe Calatrava 5107 in white gold? Which of these two pieces is the coolest piece? Personally, I've taken to wearing both, one on each hand. That way there, I can never be wrong. But please tell me which one you think is the coolest. Thank you very much, and don't forget to come to my website, www.luxurytolast.com. Thank you.